tier D, I'm gonna start off with Reyna. Hey guys, this is Anxiety. I'm an immortal Valorant player and I'm here to rank all of the agents from worst to best. Let's go. On tier D, I'm gonna start off with Reyna. So Reyna right now is definitely one of the worst and most selfish agents. I'm a Reyna main, so if you disagree with me, please hear me out. I'm a Reyna main. I have over 350 hours played on Reyna in total, but I just know that she's the worst agent right now. I started playing Raze and Jet this act just because Reyna is just so bad and so selfish. Next up, coming into tier D, we have another duelist, and that's Neon. I just don't see her a lot, honestly, since her release. Maybe I've seen her in 1 or 2 normal games, but especially like in Immortal, I never see her getting picked. Another agent I'm gonna put on tier D is Astra. I feel like Astra is definitely more useful than both Neon and Reyna, but lately I've never seen an Astra in my game just because Brim and Omen are just so much better. Another agent which I'm putting onto tier D is Phoenix. His ultimate is good. KO and Sky exist, so there's literally no need for Phoenix. I never see him getting picked. I picked him once maybe this act just for the trolls and won, but I don't think he should be ever picked in any of the Elos. Let's start up the tier C. First of all, I'm gonna put Yoru in there. I think that Riot did a good job of reworking Yoru and making him a bit more useful. I'm putting him at tier C because he's better than all of this duelist, but I don't think he's better than Jet and Raze. Another agent coming up on tier C is Viper. We all know how big the Viper nerfs hit her. I don't think she's a good agent anymore, but on maps like Breeze and Icebox, she is still pretty useful because of her wall. So that's why I'm putting her on tier C. Cipher. I think ever since Chamber got released, I think that Cipher isn't the best option to pick as a Sentinel anymore. Like, I think that Chamber is much better, so that's one of the reasons I'm putting Cipher onto tier C. Following up Cipher, of course, I'm gonna put Killjoy as well. I think that Chamber is better than both of them, and that's the reason I'm putting her on tier C as well. Next up, we're going with Breach on tier C. His utility is really annoying. Maybe I would have put him at tier B, but I don't think he's that good of an agent. I think that there are much better initiator options than him, so that's the reason I'm putting him on tier C. Alright, and now we're done with tier C, moving on to B. The first agent I'm gonna put on here will be Omen. Omen got some really nice buffs. I feel like before the buffs he was easily like tier D or even below that. His flash was too expensive, his smokes were too slow, but I think that Riot did a pretty good job with balancing all of this. Following up, I'm gonna put Brimstone. A lot of people think that Brim is actually better than Omen. I agree somehow, but I still feel like Omen is much more flexible with his smokes because Brim needs to be like really near the site to smoke, and Omen can smoke like from across the map, so that's why I like playing Omen more. He's more flexible, he has a flash, so I'm kind of like giving them both the same level. Next agent at tier B, I'll go with Sage. So I was thinking of putting Sage on tier C, and I almost did it, but the reason I didn't was because Sage utility is still really useful. Like, her wall is really useful on Icebox, for example. When you're attacking on Icebox, you need the Sage, like you need that Sage wall. Also on Split to hold mid and everything, you need that wall. So although Sage in comparison to the other agents is which will be put on like higher tiers, is not that strong, I still think her kit is one of the most important in the game, and that she's really important to have on some maps, and that's why I'm putting her on tier B. Sky, she's a really good initiator. Usually I would, like before KO got buffed, I would put her on tier S on A, but now I feel like there's a better option for the initiators, which is KO. But Sky is still pretty good. I don't think she's fit for every elo, especially the lower elos, because even when I play on my games and with Immortal initiators, sometimes like they don't want to bother calling out their flashes and just like fuck up the whole team, so that's why I'm putting her on tier B. I was thinking really hard whether I should put Raze on tier B or on A, but I decided to put her on B just because she got that little nerf or a bug fix, whatever it was. It made her like when she ults and when she satchels, like there's a little bit bigger delay, but her kit is still pretty useful on maps like Fracture, Bind, and Split. So that's why she is higher up in the ranks. We are putting Sova onto tier A because he's really good. Honestly, like he's a much needed agent on maps like Icebox and Breeze and Haven. So I think he has a really good kit, his ultimate and everything, his drone, he gives vision, so he's a pretty good agent and he deserves to be put on A tier. So these last three are actually really hard to think about, but let's do something. All right, I'm gonna put KO on tier A. I think he's definitely the best initiator right now. His flashes are really good, his ultimate is really good. He can just go in, act as a duelist with his flashes, with his ult, and then get revived. So I think his kit is really good. I would have put him at tier S, but I think that these guys are more deserving of that. And speaking of, let's put Chamber and Jet on tier S. So first I was thinking of putting Jet on tier A and KO putting on tier S, and KO and Chamber being tier S, but I think that none of the agent has what Jet has when it comes to entering. Like you see Jet every game there is. You don't see Chamber every game, you don't see KO every game, but you see Jet every game. So that's the reason why I'm putting Jet onto tier S. So yesterday Riot came out with a Jet dash change. This video is made before that and Jet still hasn't been nerfed. But I think that even after that nerf, Jet is gonna be possibly go down to A tier. But I still think she's gonna be the most picked duelist. I don't. Maybe Reyna will be like back up the ranks a little bit with that change, because she still has her dismiss, which is instant kind of. But for now, I think Jet still definitely deserves to be put in tier S. Chamber, if you play in the lower ranks, you might not understand this pick so much, but in the higher ranks, trust me, every game there is Chamber. His traps are just too good to be true. Like, ever since he came out, I haven't stopped saying, like, please nerf Chamber traps. I don't care about his up, I don't care about his sheriff, just nerf his goddamn traps. And they're still the same. They still have really wide range. They still slow you as shit, so that's why I'm putting Chamber onto tier S. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please click that like and subscribe button for more upcoming content. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.